impactful.
Exactly, because nobody cares about what they say because they're becoming less and less credible every single time they open their mouth, and then they're proven wrong. They, chirp, 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 idiot. Chirp, 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 idiot. They're morons, okay?
Biggs and Bogs.
Let's see if I can still do this.
You can do it.
Oh, hey guys, welcome back to your future on Biggs and Bogs. I'm Marty Boggs.
And I'm Julian Biggs.
And we got Spencer on sound screens. Thanks for joining us today, folks. We like to come at you once a week or so and share our journey through this transitioning world of finance and talk about some subjects that we believe will benefit your future hand, simply because it's been benefiting ours. So yes, folks, as we believe, we are here to help. So do us a favor and smash that like button. Subscribe if you're new. Comment, let us know where you're from and what you think. And let's get right into it. What are we up to today and how can we plan for tomorrow? Julian, look at that shirt.
Look at the shirt. Thanks, Marty. Good to be back. So, a few things to talk about today. Unfortunately, the exchange that I use, Binance, kind of leaving Canada. We're going to talk about that a bit and some things that are going on. The SEC in America really trying to pump the brakes on crypto and deeming a lot of the coins or tokens, if you want to call them that, as securities. So, we're going to talk about that. But first, as always, let's get into it with the markets go.
Ooh, markets go.
So, I'm zoomed out, looking at the weekly chart here. We're just going to look at the weekly for a second here because, as I said, not a lot has changed. I told you guys that the top was coming just before we hit the 31K mark there. As soon as we tapped that, I said it was very likely that we'd see a slow couple of months and trail back to 25K before we saw 32 or 34K. That's exactly what's happening. We've now tapped the bottom of 25K. I think it was like 25.2 or
25.3.
25.3, something like that approximately. Yeah. Honestly, I haven't really been paying close attention. I'm doing my DCA still, but I knew this couple of months was going to be slow, and it seems to be that way every couple of years. And bang on. So we called the top there, and here we are trailing back to 25K. So I do think that we have a chance of tapping this line. You can see back here in March, we had that big spike down and hit that apex there, and I think we have another chance at hitting this green line.
Where does it cross right there? Where do those two lines cross?
So this is about 20. It's going to be about 24.3, so 24.4. But I mean, 24.2 could be tail end of that.
Yeah. You're going to find a lot of support at 25, but there's obviously going to be a liquidation of a few positions before we start moving up.
Looking at the weekly here, like this is all of 2023 here. You know what I mean? So, good chance.
No, not quite. 2023 that was December, that big red candle.
Well, sorry.
But pretty close.
So the start is actually right here. But
Yeah.
circling the area. So our bottom was here. And we've been following this green line since the beginning of the year. So a good chance that we just do test this as support again before moving up. But we're going to have some resistance here, like a major level of resistance here now at 28K again. That's what we need to break through if we're going to see some more positive.
Honestly, at the time of filming this video, we are at 26.1. What are we at? 26. 26.1. And I think we're coming into some resistance right here just from this downward flag or whatever you want to call it. But it would be nice to see us come back up there. Maybe test the top of the range again and come back up to that POC, that local POC at 26.8, and then maybe we have a nice green Monday, and then we have probably another rest of the red week. And like you said, I have also got the line down at 28 or 24.8, 24.6.
Right.
See us come back down into there because you know how this works, right? They don't let you get rich overnight.
No.
They want you to think it's going one way and then they push it the other way. So you see a big green candle, a lot of people buy, it gets sold off, everybody gets liquidated, and they just screw with you until you you quit. And that's what they're trying to do here with the Binance FUD. They're trying to shake everybody out of the market, no doubt.
Yeah.
Personally.
So and it sucks because I use Binance the most. That's my preferred exchange for trading. And what's happening is just it's American and Canadian regulations just slowing the growth of crypto.
Oh yeah.
This takes money out of their pocket. They can't regulate it. It's allowing people to manage their own money and finances, and money and finance is how they control us. So
it's true freedom.
They want to kibosh it as long as possible and slow the growth of it until they figure it out and get their bags full, right? So,
exactly. That's exactly what's happening right now. So they're trying to scare all these people out of the market because they need a seller when they want to buy.
And the FUD on Binance, they've been attacking Binance for a long time. He's established something that
is worldwide.
They're not going to easily take him down.
The SEC is only North America or United States based. They can only do so much when he's worldwide.
Yeah.
So they're stepping outside of their jurisdiction to do anything realistic here. Yeah. And they are. So they either way, like it's going to come back to bite them in the ass. It's all just a shit show. There's no legal way. You get Harvey Specter on this, he's gonna he's gonna figure it out for CZ. Okay, like there's no actual legal way that they can do what they're trying to do because it's a global company and the SEC only has so much jurisdiction.
All this is doing is the people who aren't paying attention as this transition is slowly happening over time. They're trying to slow new users from getting in. So if you were skeptical of crypto before and you're hearing these things now, you're going to remain skeptical, and that's what they want.
Exactly.
Right? So we're over 400 million users across the globe now, and probably nearing 500 by now since the last time I looked at the numbers.
We were over 420 last time we published that here.
Yeah. So, I mean, they need to slow that growth, and that's all that they're doing now, right? But they can't stop it. It's not going to stop. All they can do is slow it down.
No, they can shut the exchanges down. Like you were saying the other day, they can cut off our means to accessibility.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter because eventually the innovation is going to allow you to mine on your phone all day and night. And you'll be able to put that in cold storage and keep your value solely to you with no third party. And it's like, okay, maybe the exchanges are going to go down because that's the only thing they can really do is regulate your means of getting it. They can't actually stop it in general.
And like, and the thing is like if you're into crypto now and you're watching and you're buying and stuff like that, then you're learning more and you're going to be able to find your way in regardless of what they do with the major exchanges because that's what they attack as they can, right? And that's where the majority of users are, so that's what they do and shut it down.
And honestly, Binance has only had a withdrawal of like 400 million since the news. Like that's on during the bull run, that's a daily thing.
Yeah.
400 million in and out. Like it doesn't that's nothing. Yeah. Like literally
he's going to be CC.
It's going to be fine. This is a clear shit show shakeout attempt and it's not going to work out.
It's unfortunate that I can't trade with it, though.
Yeah, that kind of sucks. I mean,
the earn programs too. Like the earn programs on Binance beat any interest in a savings account or GIC or mutual fund. Like it beat everything. You know what I mean? Like Binance beat everything. So that's why they don't want you using it. Because it takes money out of their wallet.
Right? Because their system that's been in charge for however long, in control, I should say, is threatened. It's threatened by that, and it's funny because it's threatened by something that it's mathematic, and it doesn't even matter. Like back in the day, they're just using straight influence and fear and guilt to try and control. But now it's like, okay, but we have science and mathematics and everybody's starting to really figure it out. Like you can't use bullshit when we have statistics.
Science.
Okay. Like, sorry, it's over for you guys. You can try and push and prod and poke as much as you want to try and slow it down. But ultimately, it doesn't matter. Like, when you understand the charts, the numbers, the statistics, and how this all works compared to the system that it's taking over, it's a win-win for the side that is working with physics, math, science, and the way that we are going to move forward, right? The bullshit's over. It's up. And all they're going to do is try and kick the can as long as they can to try and hold on to it. But the fact of the matter is they know it's up.
There's now 500 million people pushing the other direction.
Yeah, they need sellers so they can buy, and that's what they're trying to do. That's plain and simple. They are trying to scare you out of the market so that they can buy your crypto because we know it
took 20 years. It took 20 years for the internet to reach 3.5 billion people. So now half the world's population uses the internet, right? It is not going to take that long for crypto to be used by everybody who uses the internet.
Well, we're going to have no choice. We're going to have no choice because speaking of how long it's taken,
it's just the speed of growth, the rate of growth.
Yeah, and the rate of growth compared to the fiat system. It took us 200 years to gain $8 trillion in debt, and now we're gaining $8 trillion in debt every 2 years. Okay, like again, it's statistics, it's mathematics, it's plain and simple.
What do you even mean? How are we in imaginary debt for $8 trillion
exactly, right? Every
couple
couple of years, and where is that money going? And now we can't even pay off the interest. We're at that point. It's clear as day to somebody who has looked at the charts. That's what we try to tell you guys: get to know the charts, get to know how things happen, and really look at the back office, or because everything that you get to see in mainstream media is what I would call the front of the building. You see these big posters of these nice women in bikinis or whatever.
You get the information late that was an agreed upon agenda from the top elites.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And maybe you get to walk in the door and talk to the lady at the front desk, but you don't get to see what's happening in the quote back office or whatever. And then with crypto, you do. It's all out front. You walk in the front door and everybody's there working. There is no back of the building. If you walk out the back door, you're outside the building. You've left. Okay, it's all there. It's all there, right? And so it's just a matter of time. I wanna say one thing. For so ADA and Matic and a couple other of these top 10 altcoins have been declared securities. Yet we haven't really seen much of a sell-off in after the news. And honestly, like,
no, that's because the holders now are like, really. You know what I mean?
I'll take the risk. All you're saying, if you're saying that something's a security, all you're saying is that I am not backed by the government, and nobody cares to be backed by the government anymore. There ain't much to back. Like you have nothing. It's like calling in reinforcements, and it's like, oh, it's just Lou. Hey Lou, can you help me? Yeah, no, I can't. I'm one guy. Like it's they're falling apart. And if anybody's ever dealt with the government in any means, whether it's taxes, whether it's trying to get something done, you know they're 20 years behind. Like when customer service is implemented, like you can't deal with anything. It's so bad. The websites are so terrible. Everything in crypto is state of the art. It's the future. Like we were talking about a couple weeks ago, there is a group of people that are living in the future. And then there's other people that just listen to mainstream bullshit. It's the future is already here. It's up to you whether you want to choose to live in it or not, right? And so we have all these altcoins being declared as securities, and they've maybe dropped, 6-10% tops.
Nothing.
That's nothing. Normally if we were in euphoric state,
their FUD does less and less every
exactly.
year.
That's what I was getting at. If we were in euphoric state, that would have been like a 40% drop.
Yeah.
Okay, and now all this news is coming out. It's becoming less and less impactful because
after 2022, it's becoming less and less impactful.
Exactly, because nobody cares about what they say because they're becoming less and less credible every single time they open their mouth, and then they're proven wrong. They chirp 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 idiot. Chirp 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 idiot. They're morons, okay? Okay, so but the one thing I want to say is no word on ETH still. No word on ETH. And we know that all the stable coins are on ETH, right? So big gray area there.
That won't. It's gonna like ETH and BTC will be the two things that end up trading. You know what I mean? Like they'll become the next. They'll become the next sector of like the S&P 500.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, or whatever. You know what I mean? Like it'll just be the next sector of investment. So
exactly right, because you can actually invest in something that has a cap supply that they can't manipulate, that they can't add to, and by the looks of the new upgrade with ETH 2.0, they're burning. So there's going to be less supply. They're moving towards.
It's a great time to buy ETH under $2,000. Honestly, from where it was, I think it bottomed at like 1,500 or 1,400 before the last little run. I know it did drop to 800 after, but like from where it was, like there's no doubt that it's going back to $4,000 easy. And then taking 5, you know what I mean? Like, it's probably one of the best investments that you can make right now. Like, I still am a firm believer that Bitcoin is king and that store of value. You want to own as much Bitcoin as you possibly can before that's drained out. But
Bitcoin and
ETH, I think, is going to become the money of the internet. I really believe that ETH will become the money of the internet, and it already is in the tech sector. That's how people use.
I got an argument for that. ETH might become the store of value for the internet. Bitcoin might become the store of value in general, and you'll have Litecoin be the money of the internet. Something that's easily something that's easily transacted.
ETH is nowhere near where they want to be.
No, you're right.
Look at the amount of value that they have already. Right.
Yeah,
so I think they grew too fast for their development.
Yeah, nothing.
You know what I mean? So that's fine. And the fact that the transaction fees and everything else is high is great, because then all the people that are holding it are going to continue to hold it because they know the future value. Yeah. And it doesn't make sense to move it around or do anything with it now because it's too expensive, right? So when they're fully developed and all those people that are holding, they might dump a little bit. But by then, this space is going to have grown so much that I think ETH is going to be a lot more widely used when they get that all sorted out.
Well, and just like you said, it's going to cost a bit. So even just to dump, it costs money to sell, right? Because to move it from one place to another.
But Litecoin, unreal.
Litecoin might be like, I don't know. I've been, I was into it in 2017. when it was like $80, $50 maybe. I bought it. I had stacked up a bit, ended up selling it at like 200 or something during one of the bull runs. Then didn't look back, and now I'm just finally like kind of looking back at. Well, I've been watching a lot of Tom Crown too, so obviously he's had a little bit of an influence on me. But still, like even the group chat when we were talking about the high fee situation with all the ordinals going on the Bitcoin blockchain, and
the
fees.
The Litecoin transaction fee is like
exactly right. And when my Bitcoin transactions were up to
$0.001.
$50 per transaction, I was like, no, not a chance. And then I was like, okay, well, let's try it in Litecoin, and I can send in almost an infinite amount of money for cents, right?
And
it's
the
like,
one great thing about Binance, and I think this was a big part of the reason that they would stop allowing people to use it in Canada or the States or whatever, is because it settles remittance with no fees. If I a buddy and I were sending funds back and forth from here to UK. It's zero fees, like zero fees to send in Binance in the funds account, like zero. You know what I mean?
It honestly should be really for most.
Why not?
Yeah, there's nothing.
My family, my friend needs money over there.
When it comes to mining, something gets done. Right, so there needs to be a little bit of a fee to cover the guy that does his job. But when it comes to a transaction, it's peer to peer. Yeah, there's really no reason for it.
You shouldn't be, and especially if you have to go through the banking system and it touches 5 different banks before it gets to where it's going.
And there's no reason for that.
It's just no need.
There's no need. There's no need. Like, why does 5 people need to touch my money before it gets to where it's going? It's stupid. It's unnecessary. It pays to pay attention. That's why it's called paying attention.
You can't afford not to pay attention.
Pretty much it. Yeah, that's very well said. You can't afford to not pay attention at this
time.
Especially
with Bitcoin.
Just to sum it up, they need a seller when they want to buy. And I'll tell you right now, they want to buy. Everybody wants to buy. And you don't be the person that sells your stuff and loses out on the next big moves of what's going on here now, because we got a whole lot of stuff going on here with the future.
That's why we DCA.
That's why we
never
DCA.
You never want to be holding enough Bitcoin that you feel like you should be selling it at this point. It's not time.
No, you can take profits when you need to, if you need to, but honestly, you just continue with that DCA, and you will be very happy that you did. Of course, not financial advice, but it'd be hard. I mean, if it wasn't a legal situation, it'd be hard to, we're trying to help here. You got to make your own decision, your body, your choice. But, but also your finances, your choice. Okay, don't let somebody else.
That's what we need to understand.
Yes.
Your finances is your choice.
Yes.
Then that government hand doesn't need to be in my wallet.
Yeah, nobody else. Nobody else needs to be in your wallet. Take their hands out of your back pocket.
Your fees.
They're not even paying you enough for it, so they're taking money away from you. It's BS. It's BS. So let's if you're trading, look for that wick down. Personally, I think we're going to get a nice little bounce here.
One of these. This is what. We're not
anymore.
God damn it. We want that March wick on the weekly. I want that March wick on the
nice
weekly.
Reversal doji candle would be great to see on the weekly. And we'll catch you on the next week. And we got a lot of more stuff going on here. So we'll catch you on the next one. Bigs and Bugs out.
Do the things.
Peace. Oh, yeah. Don't forget to like the video. Like the video. Like the video. Like the video.
Right. You got to do it, though.
Share it with your friends.